Look here, y'all. The college football playoffs was on point. Looked like Oklahoma could have won. They gave it up. Oregon beat the brakes off of them. Ole Miss beat the brakes off of them. And Miami had a nail biter. Now we get into that real competition. Now, listen, Miami needed that. They head coach, they needed that. Mario Cristobal needed that. He had the Miami greats there. He needed that. Now, I wish they wouldn't have had the Oregon game, Oregon and Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl, which makes no sense to me because Miami could have played in that bowl, but they going to put us in the Cotton Bowl. That don't make no sense. They could have left. Why we got to come back to Texas? Why? But hey, y'all know how college football do. But they going to make sure they put Georgia in Atlanta. No, they don't. They got them in New Orleans. Okay. They got them in New Orleans. And they don't get to go to the Peach Bowl. All right, that's cool. That's cool. I take that. I take that. But the chip in Miami. The chip is in Miami. Can Miami make it, y'all? Can they keep it going versus Ohio State? I don't know. That's going to be hard versus Ohio State. That's going to be extremely hard. That ain't going to be no cupcake. Georgia versus Ole Miss. I want to say Georgia. Let's see how they looking at it. Cause I know they already put the predictions up. Let's see what it is. All right, they got Ohio State to beat the brakes off of Miami. I get that. I get that. I totally get it. I totally get it. Let's see what they got for Georgia and Ole Miss. Georgia and Ole Miss. They got that one. Georgia as well. And basically, they saying what I'm saying, but it's just funny that they got the victory. Now, let's see what they say with this one. Indiana and Alabama. Dog, same thing. I guarantee you they're going to have Oregon winning. Nah, they might not. Let me see. They might not have Oregon winning. Let's see if they got Oregon for the win. Because I think that's, and I felt the same way in them first 3 games, but let's see. Ooh, they got that a toss-up. And I think they kind of be right about this stuff. They kind of be in the ballpark. When Texas Tech played in the Big 12 championship game, they didn't look the best, but it didn't look bad either. So that Oregon and Texas Tech game, to me, that's a toss-up game. But the other ones, the other 3, I do feel the exact same way. I feel like Indiana going to beat Alabama. I feel like Georgia should beat Ole Miss only because if Lane Kiffin couldn't beat Kirby Smart, the interim coach, well, not a new head coach, he ain't beating him either. But Ole Miss does have that quarterback that can get down, run, and throw. So that's going to put him in a different situation. That will put him in a different situation. And Miami, it's just something about it. Something about that. I know they won the game, but Texas A&M ain't really all that to me. And again, Ole Miss didn't play nobody, and Oregon didn't play nobody. So it ain't like they played some superstars. But last year, now if this anything in the quarterfinals last year, all the teams that had the bye week, the championship teams, the one the Big East, the Big 12, the SEC, the Big 10, the ACC, they all lost. I don't feel like that's happening this year. Only game I feel like could lose is the Texas Tech. And I hope Texas Tech win for the Big 12, but I just don't know if they're going to pull that off. I don't know if they're going to pull that off. But Oregon got a squad, Texas Tech got one. Alabama, y'all, Indiana might win this all. I keep telling y'all this. Indiana might win it all. Georgia going to fight. Ohio State going to fight. So if they end up making it, that's going to be a fight. But Miami could have that hot hand, and they just play ball with whoever they in. They play ball. So we finna see. But if I had a dog in the fight, I'm going Indiana, Georgia, Ohio State. I'm going to toss up between Oregon and Texas Tech. I'm gonna toss it up. It's whoever can basically whoever made the most plays in that game. Then when we go to the next round, out of Texas Tech or Oregon versus Indiana, I think Indiana will win. So I put Indiana in the chip. I'm putting Indiana in the chip. Ohio State or Georgia. I feel like them two gonna make it. If Ole Miss make it, I still feel. I think it's gonna. Honestly, it might be Ohio State and Indiana, or Indiana and Georgia. And that worst case scenario, I think Ole Miss and Miami got a chance. It just I can't give it to them all the way. It's hard for me to give it to them all the way. Jay Will, what's good? You say Indiana, of course. Yeah, I feel like they're going to make it. I feel like they'll beat Alabama. I feel like they'll beat Texas Tech or Oregon. So I feel like Indiana going to be in the chip. I think this his year. The Indiana head coach, I think this is his year. I think he got a real solid squad. They hungry. But it ain't finna be easy, though. It's surely not finna be easy. God, dog, this ain't finna be easy. So they going to have to come with it. They are going to have to come with it. And then I don't like how Miami and Ohio State got to be the game that's played at the day before, and then all the other games getting played in one day. I don't like that. But it is what it is. That's where we at right now. That's how it is. So and that's college football at its finest. But everybody got inside games except for the Cotton Bowl that week right there. No, in the Orange Bowl. So the Orange Bowl could be a rain game. It could be raining on January the 1st. I hope not. The Rose Bowl, I doubt it rain out there in Cali. The Sugar Bowl inside, yeah. Now the Fiesta Bowl, that's in Tempe, Arizona. I don't think that's going to rain. And the Peach Bowl inside. Now, see, the other thing is, it's what teams you get. I know Ohio State, Georgia, Indiana, they will all probably prefer to play Texas Tech. Alabama would want a Texas Tech. Sometimes where that cookie crumble, like to me, Indiana has the easiest way to the championship. To me, Indiana has the easiest way. Beat Alabama, which they might come with it, they might not. Oregon or Texas Tech, whoever come with that, I still feel they'll win. So I feel like they have the easiest way to the chip. Ohio State and Georgia, that's a duke it out game. That's a duke it out game. Like, that game is for real. That game is going down. That game going down. But if you look at it again, it's all the big money schools. If you got that money, you can make it happen. Texas Tech paid their way and coached their way to dominate the Big 12. Oregon, always had that money. Indiana, they coached their way to it. They probably had some money too, but they coached their way to it. Bama got that Nick Saban name. Ole Miss, they had that money. They had the money and the coach with it. Georgia, money and the coach. Ohio State showed enough money and the coach. So I think Miami and Indiana, I want to say, had the least. Cause ain't nobody really just checking for Indiana like that. It's like I don't wake up, even though Indiana hot. They are hot right now, but I still wouldn't wake up and be like, I gotta go to Indiana. I wouldn't say that. For Georgia, yes. Miami, yes. Ohio State, yes. Bama, yes. Oregon too far across the country. I ain't waking up saying I want to go to Oregon. I ain't saying that either. Texas Tech, you got to be in Texas to kind of like that. I ain't waking up thinking about no Texas. But Georgia, yeah. Miami, yeah. Ohio State, I would say yeah, but I wouldn't really want to go because it's cold. So me, I'm going to Miami or Georgia. For some reason, I don't really care about Alabama. So I'm going to Miami or Georgia. I'd probably pick Florida over some of these schools. But that's me being a Florida boy. Miss Beverly, what's good? So yeah, this second round now. But see, in the first round, they talking about these blowouts, y'all, that in the Oregon beat James Madison. But James Madison fought with him. James Madison put up 34 points. Tulane only put up 10, and Miami them had the close game. But if you look at it last year, if you look at these games last year, the last year game, the first round was blowouts too. Last year games was blowouts too. So I don't know why they acting like the first round don't be blowouts. First rounds, it seemed like always are blowout. The Clemson and Texas game was close. I was there. But Ohio State and Tennessee, they beat the brakes off them. Penn State, SMU, they beat the brakes off them. Notre Dame, Indiana, that score only 10 points, but still it didn't feel like that when you looked at it. The next round, Boise State got thumped. Oregon got thumped. Texas and Arizona State had a battle. Notre Dame and Georgia, that looked it pretty much. So, y'all, it's hard all the way around. But hey, blessings to y'all. I'll be back later on. We'll talk more college football. Let me get in here and watch this NFL. And if y'all haven't subscribed to Life of Football, please do so, because at halftime of that Cleveland game, I'll be coming on. Holla at y'all. Holla at y'all. Holla at y'all.